The Sacred Band of Thebes was one of the most extraordinary military units of classical antiquity, both for its unmatched cohesion in battle and for the unique principle on which it was founded. Created around 378 BC by the Theban general Gorgidas during a period of political instability and Spartan domination over central Greece, the Sacred Band was composed of 300 elite hoplites, organized into 150 pairs of male lovers. The underlying philosophy, inspired by the ideas of Plato and the poet Pindar, held that men bound by personal love would fight with unmatched bravery, preferring to die rather than disgrace themselves before their partners. Gorgidas initially integrated the unit into the general Theban phalanx, but under his successor Pelopidas, the Sacred Band evolved into an independent standing force, well-trained, constantly drilled, and deployed in the most critical moments of battle. Unlike the rest of the citizen army, which could be called up seasonally, the Sacred Band was permanently active and paid by the state, giving Thebes a professional corps of soldiers. Their equipment was typical of heavy infantry hoplites, bronze helmets, cuirasses, greaves, and large round shields, along with long spears and short swords, but their effectiveness lay not only in arms but in discipline, morale, and elite status. The Sacred Band gained prominence in the Theban resistance against Spartan control, especially during the liberation of the Cadmea in 379 BC, when a small group of Theban exiles, including Pelopidas, expelled the pro-Spartan garrison. In the following years, the Sacred Band fought in numerous engagements, earning a reputation as a nearly invincible force. Their most glorious moment came at the Battle of Leuctra in 371 BC, where Epaminondas deployed them in a bold new tactical formation. Rather than spreading his forces evenly, he concentrated the strongest troops, including the Sacred Band, on the left wing in a 50-rank deep column, aimed directly at the Spartan right. In the ensuing clash, the Sacred Band faced the Spartan elite head-on, shattering their lines and contributing directly to the death of King Cleombrotus I. This unprecedented defeat broke the aura of Spartan invincibility and triggered the collapse of Spartan influence across the Greek world. In the aftermath, Thebes became the leading power in Greece, founding the Boeotian League and launching campaigns into the Peloponnese to liberate Messenia and Arcadia. The Sacred Band continued to serve with distinction in Theban campaigns throughout the 360s BC, including expeditions into Thessaly and confrontations with Alexander of Phaerae, where Pelopidas himself was killed at the Battle of Cynocephaly in 364 BC while leading the band. Despite this loss, the unit remained intact and continued to function as a symbol of Theban military prowess. However, the decline of Theban power in the late 4th century BC and the rise of Macedon spelled doom for the Sacred Band. At the Battle of Chaeronea in 338 BC, a coalition of Greek city-states, including Thebes and Athens, attempted to halt the expansion of Philip II. In the decisive moment of the battle, the Sacred Band faced the right wing of the Macedonian army, commanded by the young Alexander, then only 18 years old. Despite being vastly outnumbered and outmaneuvered, the Sacred Band held their ground with legendary courage, refusing to retreat even when surrounded. They were annihilated to the last man, choosing death over surrender, in keeping with the ideals on which they had been founded. Their sacrifice was recognized even by their enemies. The ancient historian Plutarch recounts that Philip II, upon seeing their corpses lying side by side, asked who they were. When he was told, he is said to have wept and exclaimed, "Perish any man who suspects that these men did or suffered anything unseemly." A monument in the form of a stone lion was later erected at Chaeronea over a mass grave believed to contain their remains. Rediscovered in the 19th century, the site has become a lasting symbol of loyalty, honor, and love transcending death. The story of the Sacred Band has continued to inspire writers, historians, and artists as an extraordinary example of how profound human bonds can shape not only personal destinies but the course of history itself.